Yeah.
When do you think Lebo Rampedi was introduced to lust for the first time? So for me, it's when I was introduced to porn for the first time.
On 2BD, trying to download music as a young youth.
Chiki ad.
1 kilometer away. Russian is so. This Russian can look like this.
Yeah.
It's a Russian, white, blonde, blue-eyed woman. And nipple is looking at you, is pointing at you like a gun, and you're 11 years old, by the way. Can lust take over your life? And I need you to understand, this thing is a lifelong. It's like smoking weed since you were 11, basically. It's a lifelong addiction now.
But I think also like it's so powerful how you are so self-aware of where lust comes from. Because I would never have deep dived so much and looked at their journey, because that's what exists.
Ask yourself the simple question: if we weren't having sex, would I like this woman?
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Seatedwith, Lebo and Thato Rampedi, guys. This podcast is going to be cool, calm, collective. We've had an amazing guest last week, Tabang.
Yeah.
We've spoken about such hectic subject matters. And today, even though it's going to be a bit, wanted to be very relaxed. So I think be comfortable at home, get yourself a drink. We're sipping on some Red Bull, and let's have a time.
Yeah, guys, today's topic is outgrowing lust. I think it's a topic that men definitely struggle with.
Yeah.
But there's more than that. We're also going to go going into Lirata Ditaba and How Are You, a segment that we've curated for you. You guys need to check out our Instagram and TikTok at Seatedwith, where you guys get to interact with us on our How Are Yous and as well as our top 5 games. Yeah. But yeah, also Lirata Ditaba, we're going to talk about Casper Vesta's interview with Altito. A live show that we're cooking up in collaboration with
Sterk, Kinerkor,
and
very excited.
And of course,
since you've spoken about it now, guys, 17th of July, we have limited seating. The first ever live show, House of Rampedi, seated with Digest, Asmajita, and to give you guys a spoiler, 2 new shows that are signing to the channel will be announced on that day, guys. It's going to be a time of our lives. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. We're going to be chilling, having some drinks, networking. 7 p.m. until later, it's going to be the time of your life, guys. I even heard Mrs. Producer's going to be there, so...
Mrs. Producer's
going to be there, so it's going to be a time.
I hope she has her own power bank. And then, of course, getting into the topics, we'll be hitting topics, these subtopics such as, where do men learn to be lustful?
Yeah.
Can lust take over your life? Do all men cheat, or are they just victims of lust?
Being cheaters?
And how to stop being lustful? Because obviously we have to give advice on how to stop. And there's no top 5 game today. I didn't actually make a top 5.
I'll make a top 5 game as we're speaking.
Nice.
I'll think of something.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, Lirata Ditaba, how are you?
How are you? Please read. I always ask you to read. How are you?
Yeah. So let's read your guys. How are you? So I've got them here on my phone. The first one says straight turmoil.
Oh, yeah. It's winter now. Let's give context. It's winter now.
It's cold.
Students are in exams now.
Even my feet as we speak are cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ruby's always happy, chappy. She's quiet today. She's cold.
Yeah.
So Swaggy's wearing a mask. He's here in studio. Shout out to Swaggy being in studio, guys. That's who edits the content.
COVID-27 out now.
There's something in this fake alcohol, but we'll speak about that in...
we can talk about that in the Ratarita.
Because damn.
Because they said, 20.3 million... 20.3 billion rand worth of fake alcohol is now in retail stores across South Africa.
I just know that it's
20 million.
20% of what's existing. It makes up 20%.
I'm the one who sent this article to you, I remember. But anyways, yes.
If you're going through turmoil, maybe just try get warm. Ne? That's the advice for today. It's cold.
Get warm. I think that's the step 1. Get warm.
Yeah. This other person says, I'm perishing. Get warm.
Yeah, get warm.
Yeah, it's
another one without a heater. Yeah. So, Kimman, when you're cold, everything comes in, chief.
Yeah. Someone says, I'm grateful. I cried the previous day feeling behind and got an invite to interview the next day. I think that shows the power that what Tabang spoke about, delay is not denial.
Delay is not denial.
You know what I'm saying? So that's shout out to you for your interview. I hope it amplifies you and helps you out a lot. Yeah. I think we've heard that you guys are cold and turmoiled. How are you feeling?
No. Also, she said she was crying, and then the next day she got the interview. Sometimes you need to crash out. Crash out. Yes, no,
But
Thato,
not
you
for
must crash out.
not for too long.
Within reason,
Yes.
also. Yeah.
Don't crash out today. When you're making your coffee, you're crashing out. When you're having lunch, you're crashing out. You come to work, you're crashing out. You get home to your goal, you're crashing out.
Everywhere you crash out, crash out.
Yeah, no.
How am I?
I feel so bad. I think I'm gonna read this one because you guys are really sending a lot.
Okay.
The last one. I'm really grateful. I realize that we take advantage of the fact that we think we are guaranteed tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure, I think we're all going through like a lot of debts,
Realist.
you know, at home. So I think when you go through something so hectic, you get to appreciate that today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we also always plan for the future and all these things. You've spoken about this countless times.
And how hustle culture takes
Hustle
away
culture,
from today.
not
like
focusing
your
on
presence.
what's happening right now.
Yeah, man.
And that's what the future was 5 years ago, you know?
That one's a very hard one. It's very hard to be grateful for today when you need tomorrow to work out. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
You know, it's very hard to be grateful for today when you need tomorrow to work out. So I understand that one. So
How are you doing?
how am I? I'm okay, bro. Like I'm fine. I'm just fine. I'm okay. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing too great. There's nothing too amazing happening. I'm just fine.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's very cold, but I am blessed. I am blessed that I have a heater. I have electric blanket.
I don't have a heater. Eh?
And you know, sometimes we have also other things.
Company.
In winter. And you know, some people are having. Imagine that some people are sleeping alone in this winter.
That's me, boy. Chief electric blankets.
That's you. Yes.
Alone. What's up?
Yeah, no, but
Are you sleeping next to me?
no, I get it. Sometimes I sit next to Percy and Khonze. That's not what I'm talking about.
Don't confuse us.
But anyways, Chief, it's cold, and you know, I'm praying for South Africans across South Africa, those who sleep alone, those who sleep without electric blankets, those who don't have heaters, you know, those who save, those who are stingy boyfriends that are saving electricity. Heaters on again, baby. You just switched it on 5 hours. So, so I'm grateful that I can have heat, I can have electricity, I can watch TV. Yeah. And I'm grateful that every day my conversations with God are growing a bit longer. Yeah, that's something dope. I'm very grateful for.
That's
also.
Nice. That's one thing people like. That's one thing people used to tell me like, "Yo, I've got a relationship with God." Then I'd be like, "A relationship with God? Yeah. How?" Yeah. And now, obviously, with this journey, I'm seeing that. Oh, okay, cool. Vele, it's in your praise and worship. Yes. It's in you just being in moments alone and speaking to God about what you're going through, asking for strength. So that's really nice to hear.
Because some people call God once a month. Yeah. Others have him on WhatsApp. Yeah. And they text him every
Others have him on speed dial. Others even hear him.
Others are even God next spoke to him. Me, yes. So it depends with your relationship with God. Yeah. I think right now I'm on on the call. I can call him with airtime now. Yeah. I can call him with airtime and I know airtime won't run out. Now it's fine. Yeah. Previously, the way life was going, it felt like...
It was a please call me.
It was a please call me.
I hear you.
Previously, it felt like please call me. That's how I'm doing. Fitness-wise, I just devised a fitness plan starting Monday. Nice. That's a big thing for me because... I want to, you know...
Yeah, you could be jacked. I've seen Lebo exercise, guys. This guy gets so lean and buff and big. And
December's coming. That's why I said, okay, maybe it's time for me to start running again. Winter's going to finish now. Yeah. And that's when the bodies are coming back out.
You took off the jacket, you say six-pack.
Yeah. You want to say, are you going to see six-pack or Uber Eats when you open up the jacket? It's up to you at home, Chief. So Monday I've devised the fitness plan. I'm very excited about that. Yeah. I'm not doing it alone. That's also another thing.
Who are you doing it alone?
I'm not doing it alone. All right. So that's another thing. So so I'm very excited that I have like a partner to keep me accountable.
Oh, your partner?
A partner. It's my partner. It's the partner I'm going to work with. Yes,
nice.
Chief.
That's lovely. That's lovely.
Chief. How are you?
I'm good, man. Like I can't complain about much. I think I always speak about like work, but I will speak about something that's very exciting. I think I haven't spoken about it in a long time. I shot my first ever podcast by myself.
Oh yes.
It's focused on interviewing like men that are successful in the space. Shout out. We've been speaking about this thing for a year. Like in Bali now, we're going through the Google Drive. The podcast is called Capable. Yeah. And we were like, yo, dude, you know, we made like plans last year, this time. So the fact that we've recorded is really cool. The first guest is amazing. I'm shooting again tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. I think, like I spoke about on Capable, you guys will see, I struggled to create this podcast because I felt like it didn't have purpose and identity. I knew what I wanted to learn for myself. Yeah. But through Homestyle, I've seen, okay, cool, this podcast is meant to be a podcast where God speaks through us, to people. So I'm trying to make it God-centric, which is going to be very difficult because when you make such a statement, it's like, you need to really be about it, be consistent in it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm constantly praying about it with Tabang, one of my Homestyle leaders, church, friends and family. So excited about that. That's all I'll speak about. I do have a question to the audience though. Like, we've got this segment, Lerata Ditaba. It's always very, very short. If you guys don't know what that means, that basically means you like news, right?
Or gossip.
And we speak about current affairs. And I was telling him that we should possibly do a second podcast, just him and I still, but more comedic and laid back. And we speak about current affairs and the things people like. So today's session is going to be a bit longer, speaking about things that we've seen in the industry. And based on how much you guys enjoy, let us know if we should make it into its own segment and give you guys an extra 30-minute special once a week. Yeah. Of course, we're going to have guests. We were thinking about adding just 30G and having 2 ladies. So think about some girls that you guys like. I think that could be fun. We could try it for 3 weeks.
It could be fresh. It could be cool. All of a sudden, we're drinking Hennessy again on the shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like we've got these sides of us which are full of purpose and wanting to learn, but we're also laid back and chilled guys. Like, we're deep within the culture. We have a lot of fun. So it would be cool to, you know, to have a segment like that.
We part of we really are deep into guys. We're at a Hennessy ball game now. We're in the culture.
And we're seeing the culture like in real time, you know.
So it'd be nice to talk about it too. Like,
So today we're going to be a bit spicy. Not spicy, we're going to speak about what's happening and speak about our opinions. First thing I'm going to bring up, shout out to Monaka. We saw that she started something beautiful with the partner. She launched a salon called Sai in Braamfontein. Very exciting, beautiful rollout. I was excited to see, her creativity towards the salon. Then we saw as of yesterday that she has removed herself from the entire business because
in its entirety,
in its entirety because of her partner.
She's no longer associated whatsoever.
We've heard some rumors as to why it could have led to that. Obviously, we won't speak about it because.
But just from her words, she says been working with a crook for the past months.
Sorry, where else did you hear the word crook?
It's been a long time.
That's the thing a timer says, a crook. That means it came from the heart.
This mosquito right here, I was saying, whatever you do, don't go to side beauty.
What does a mosquito do?
It just sucks blood. It's a parasite.
So she's a crook and a mosquito.
But allegedly. Business will teach. She says businesses will teach you lessons, laughing my ass off. Sometimes expensive ones. But we thank God we're in the position to make mistakes and keep it moving. Glory be to God. I think for me, this is just like such a big blow. I was telling the guys before we started shooting that it was so inspiring for me to see like a black woman move away from
productize.
I'm just a content creator and I go to clubs.
It was so nice.
It was like a no, I'm being for real. Like young girls could look up to her and be like, "Oh, she's a content creator, a businesswoman."
Yeah, because we saw because Monaka studied marketing. She's like, "Oh my gosh, she's applying her career," which she was.
Yes, she was.
She still is, but it's showing that guys, when you go into business, be careful. Like you're speaking. Sorry.
Yeah, so obviously this news and stuff. Obviously, it's unfortunate and stuff.
Sad.
It's sad, but I still think that we should still be very have a sense of being proud of her for the attempt to get out of her comfort space. It's very, very, very noteworthy. It's very, very noble of her to be able to step out of content creation, do something that's not a podcast, not a show, not a new show, not a
podcast,
not a new video, but something that will she could have running basically for the rest of her life, and that was something that I think that she should never stop doing. I don't think she should let this experience be the thing to take away from her effort. You know what I mean? I don't 100%.
Know. But I also feel I don't know from what she said, why was there not an agreement written? That for me is so confusing, guys. Never go into business without a clear, I own 60%, you own 40%. Or if we're doing a business every week, every day, we must, show access to the sales.
Or it's just proof that somehow you own something, you know what I mean?
How do you feel about her telling people not to go to
I think it's fair. I think that you have to understand, in the content creation space, our names have value. You know what I mean? If someone hears Lebo Rampedi is going to be at a comedy show, maybe a couple more people will come. People that support me, people that love me. You know what I'm saying? So even her, the value of her name is still associated to the business. It gives the business value. So her saying, okay, don't go anymore. That's her basically saying, guys, I'm removing my name being associated to this. So there's no more value to this. If you want to go, you're going because you support that hand.
Yeah, not because
of me. Don't go because of me.
Yeah.
There's even today, she posted a screenshot of someone DMing her saying oh, we made a TikTok about the company and we have this lady hasn't paid us our deposit. She's threatening to sue us. And Mark was oh my God, first of all, I'm so sorry. I'm literally going to pay you out of my pocket if this lady doesn't pay you. You know what I mean? And small things like that, it's like, oh, she feels guilty on the things that like this is her name associated to this company. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Which is fair because she made people trust the company because of her likelihood.
Yeah,
so it's
true.
nice that she's taking accountability, but she must be careful because she shouldn't take too much accountability.
But it just seems like she's just back to back in things, eh? We just came from Piano Hub now, by the way. Like, now. So it's like, hey, I'm just praying for her.
Speaking of Piano Hub, I actually saw Taki and Sfiso at Calvin Momo Symphonic.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I didn't grease Sfiso because I was taking photos, but then Taki came and that was cool. Taki's a cool guy, guys. Like, off camera, he's a chill bro.
Yeah. I've spoken to him a couple of times.
He's a chill bro.
He was cool when I spoke to him.
Yeah, but one thing he is like a journalist. Like the bro, every time I speak to him, you can see him trying to understand the mind and what you do. But in other news, guys, most of my bros have been sick. All of us have been feeling like we've been sick for like 2-3 months, 1 week on, 1 week off. I blame the fake alcohol. And there's been articles that up to 20% of alcohol in Saudi is literally just fake alcohol. The Hennessy we're drinking is fake. I know from being within club culture, a lot of clubs, you know, when you buy a Don Julio, you might be drinking a Jose, you get me?
I'm trying to find the article because I sent it to, I don't know if I sent it to you.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we can even put up a video now. This is a video of police officers. They're busy raiding a specific space, and you're seeing that they're making Gordons from scratch. They are brewing Hennessy from a bucket, and I think that should be us waking up, guys. Guys, we're gonna get sick.
We're gonna get like the country will low-key have like another
we're gonna
plague.
Get sick.
A plague or some sort of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be bad.
Which makes me feel like we should either one, take a break from alcohol, or two, move towards alcohol. Like, I was out at Tempo 2 days ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm buying takeaways for me and my friend. And I was like, can I please have a Costa Light? Like, I'm not going to get double Jameson and appetizer.
No
like, please give me a Costa Light. Because I'm genuinely in fear, because I'm like, damn, dude, guys, you know how important the body is? Like, the body is very sensitive, guys. And if there's a para making Hennessy in a bucket in an apartment... Man, this video... Did you see the video?
In the bucket with his toes going...
Bro.
And it tastes similar to Hennessy. Yes. And he says, no, let me put this in mass production.
We have some serious chemists in South Africa. Hey?
Yeah, nah.
How do you replicate the taste of Hennessy, my man?
I don't know, Chief.
That's powerful.
I mean, these people... I mean, come on, Chief. Like...
Yeah, but that's been crazy for me to see. One thing I really did enjoy seeing, though, was Casper's interview... conducted by Altido.
Yeah, I was about to say
that was phenomenal.
Yeah, some of my favorite parts of that interview was just like, guys, like Casper is so inspirational in like so many ways. Like 12 years in the game and like so much controversy around him, but still.
And then mind you, that 12 years was 12 years of being known in the game.
Yeah.
So Altido interviewed Casper recently.
Yes.
It's the third time he goes into the Altido podcast. Shout out to the Altido podcast.
Yeah.
That's the podcast I really enjoy. I think I like how neutral Altido is with everybody in the game. You can see he's a chilled brew, but he also knows how to monetize. So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Casper in this interview was just as vulnerable as he's been in previous interviews, but the brew did like, you know.
He did shy some
not
shots.
Not direct shots, but then if you were the person, you felt a jab.
Nah, I think he was just being educational.
Yeah.
Like I think he was being educational without consideration of like how people feel. It's like when you just tell the blatant truth.
Yeah.
I don't think any point in that podcast he lied. About something. Like if he said something about like Aries or he said something, he was just telling the truth from his perspective.
So to give you guys context, the first thing that was probably spoken about was Casper was emphasizing on the fact that for you to be a A-list celebrity who's booked out across the country, you need to have social media presence. Yeah. And then Altido was posed the question of he had to answer. Altido said, that's not the case.
That's not the case.
I'll give you an
Many
example.
People have.
He's like, for example, Reese. Then Casper said, hey, Reese. I said, A-list celebrity. He said, when last was Aries booked in Vanda?
Yeah, you see, but my whole point about this, and this is for the the influencers listening. Yeah. Notice how everyone knows now the power of influencing. Even the artists now, they understand. Like, I mean...
Casper's a streamer, for example.
Guys. Like, that shows you that, like, influencers are... Like, whatever, you know how
even that brew, the Mpho-Mpho brew, is that again? DJ's Boo. Who's the Mpho-Mpho guy?
The two shoe.
DJ's Boo. No. Huh? DJ's Boo, yeah. Oh, DJ's Boo, for example, great example. He was a great entrepreneur. He was a DJ. Now he's in the podcasting space. Yeah. For the longest time, he carves the power of podcasting, social media.
But my what is it called? My chop is that like it seems as if South Africa has a tendency to follow UK and USA trends. And what we've seen in UK is that, you know, the influencers are the stars in those spaces. And I think that we also slowly moving into that space where influencing is going to become like a thing that's like makes you a celebrity.
And the celebs I can see that are quickly jumping on and saying, yay, I can't stay relevant. Being a celebrity.
Yes, because it's not good enough to make music anymore.
But you know, I think it's definitely scarcity. So back in the day, we used to see celebrities as people that we would see on high value platforms. So one, your soapies, two, movies and cinemas, right?
Yeah.
So now that was what you were visible to. That's what you had accessibility to. Yeah. Now there's social media. So now you can go and watch Hungan Ndlovu on Scheme Sam as Mang Mang twice a week. Yeah. As T-Boss twice a week. But now there's Lebo Rampedi dancing twice a day.
Boy.
On TikTok.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hard.
So now who does the consumer fall in love with more?
Yeah, it's hard, that thing. Like, think about that. Think about Bruce that, like, to just dance on TikTok. That's a good example. They dance every single day on TikTok and it's like 500,000, 600,000. But he's doing television views, Chief. You know what I mean? Like tetelevision views in a day, and he's doing it every single day. Yeah. Who really has the more stardom in that scenario? I was
talking to my friend and I messaged you. I was like, yo, bro, like I'm going through my analytics. What do you get like in a week TikTok views?
Guys, don't say the numbers now because now you're going to make...
No, when you compliment someone.
It's for the brand deals.
But anyway, I think Lebo in the past 28 days got like 20 million views.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That's crazy. Yeah. Let me not lie on your name, bro. Like I literally was like, thanks, yo, boys, and please, like,
even Percy was like, you don't clap for yourself anytime. Wow,
which is crazy. I was like, boys, gave screenshots. Okay, yeah, let me not lie. 365 days. That should
probably
be
like what? In
the past year, you got 51 million views.
Yeah.
In the past 28 days, I think you got 5 million views. Yeah. Which is crazy.
In a month, yeah.
That's insane, bro. I was like, what?
It's a bad month for me. 5 million views.
Mind you, his analytics are saying
I'm telling Thato that was bad month for me, Chief. Wait for me. The percentages are... you know the percentage on TikTok studio when it goes down.
I agree. Yeah.
But it's crazy. And think about that's me for an account of like, 100,000. The people in South Africa have accounts of 800,000, 1 million. How many views are they getting in a year? Maybe 100 mil.
Yeah.
Busima, for example, Ghost. How many millions of views are they getting in a year?
That's why you see when they go into a space, like, where are the eyes focused on? How many kids are running to Ghost? All of them.
Yes.
Also, one thing I saw recently these past weeks has been so cool. I think MacG is traveling or on leave. I don't know what. He's had Waris sit in for him, bro. So Waris has been doing the podcast, the main podcast alongside Soul. Yeah. And bro, like they killing it, keeping the exact same amount of views.
Really?
If not more. Yeah, like literally,
I haven't watched.
MacG is not a part of that show right now in this instance. It's Waris who's leading it and Soul. So the fact that MacG could build such an ecosystem that he can remove himself is something that you can definitely like put your hands together for, you know. So that's been really cool to see. Waris also has his own podcast. I was on it, hosting it with him, I think like 6 months ago. I don't know, he doesn't get that many views on his own show. Like him and another DJ maybe get like 5K views. Yeah. So that also showed me that like, guys, sometimes don't link your talents towards the viewership that you're
100%, bro.
A lot of the times it's focused on the visibility that you have.
100%.
Because Waris was going from like 5K, 6K, 120K views, whatever, to now getting hundreds and thousands of views, which is insane. You know
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm 100% agree. It's like someone posting you now. You do a collab post not a collab post. You just be on someone else's video now.
Yeah.
That video might not blow. But if you posted that exact same video on like your account, then it's gonna definitely blow because people understand your talent, your what. Yeah. But let's get into the topic, man.
Let's do it.
Outgrowing lust. Okay, cool. So
what is lust, bro?
Okay,
you used this word so many times last week on the podcast.
Defining lust. Lust is a strong emotional or physical desire often associated with intense attraction or sexual interest in someone. It can be characterized by feelings of excitement, passion, and a strong desire for physical intimacy. Lust can manifest in different ways, such as...
when you halal someone, basically.
Yeah, it's when you sabawal, but like out loud, like all the time.
Or internally,
internally. It can manifest in different ways, such as physical attraction, sexual desire, emotional intensity.
Yeah, so it's not just sexual. It can also be like, I can be lustful for you emotionally.
Yeah,
you know.
And I wanted to start this topic with like where men learn to be lustful. Yeah, like where men basically learn not to control lust.
Yeah, so throw me back to when you were younger.
Yeah.
When do you think Lebo Rampedi was introduced to lust for the first time?
I think we have to start all the way back with attraction first.
Yeah.
Let's start with attraction. So I think I was watching Cartoon Network and then
Was it
I was
Impossible?
watching... No. I was watching Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
And the mayor's assistant walked onto the screen. I remember her with her orange hair like a fire. And the body, ma. Oh, your body, ma. I was like, damn, girl. And I think the young me woke up. This thing is actually quite interesting. And then you can tell us, what about you? What's your first memory ever of being like attracted to a woman?
I think for me, I'm a late bloomer when it comes to all things, dating, kissing, girls, all these things.
Yeah.
So for me, it's when I was introduced to porn for the first time. I think I was we were at the old house in Polokwane.
Yes.
One of our cousins came up to me.
Yeah.
We've got the you know who it is?
Yeah, sure.
Which cousin I'm talking about?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, sure.
Okay, anyway. So he comes to me, he goes, hey boys, let me show you something. We're in the playroom. So now I come down.
You hear the guy playroom, guys. They're gonna say the Rampedi's come from mine. Playroom.
we're in the playroom.
Yeah.
Because in the playroom we had a bunked bed situation. Then when I used
it was
to
our old bed from when we used.
So I come to the bunk bed and then he gives me the phone. Then I'm watching, I'm like, what's this? I don't look, man. Like, focus.
Like, I need you to see what I see,
see
bro.
what's happening.
I need you to see what I see, bro.
Yeah. And he's like, what, 4 years older than me?
How old are you at that time?
I'm trying to remember, bro.
I remember me with the pop-up because I was young.
Yeah, I think I want to say 8, 9.
I want to say 8, 9 too, like maybe 10.
Yeah,
10.
8, 9, 10, yeah.
10, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, more my grade 4.
Yeah.
I look at it, then I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Then he's like, no, they're having sex. Then I'm like, oh, I've heard about sex. No. But it's also like crazy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's loud.
The hand sounds like she's getting stabbed.
And they white.
The brew is huge. Oh, we were watching different times. I think we were in different categories. No, but go on.
So they white and I'm seeing it's crazy, it's new things.
Yeah.
Then he goes, do you want to see more?
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I don't know, like I'm cool.
Yeah.
But I remember from that moment, like I started thinking about, okay, cool, how do I see that thing again?
Yeah.
And then from there, I know it transitioned into like late night TV.
Yeah.
And certain shows. You're watching things like
TV, Bikini Babes.
Yeah, even like, SMS, what, you know what I'm saying? You're seeing pornographic adverts.
Yeah.
Then it starts building interest. Now you start waiting for the family to go to sleep. So you can wake up in the middle of the night to see these things peacefully. You know what I'm saying?
No one's stressing.
Yeah. So now once, I was exposed to that, it then transitioned my mind to view kissing on TV differently. Yes. I'm like, oh, if they're kissing, they're going to have sex now. So my mind was confused for the longest time. Yes. And then from there, I'd go to school now and I'd see a girl, then I wanted to kiss a girl. Yeah. And I wanted to also girls to hump me, you know what I'm saying? Then did
you ever play something that also I think damaged me in terms of my lustfulness is Jollo for 5 days. Did you ever play Jollo for 5 days? So Jollo for 5 days is a game that kids play and it's basically like everyone in a group, everyone wants to play, everyone agrees who wants to play. And then there's girls and boys. And then they write a girl's name in your hand, right? And then no one knows who's going to date who now. And then 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you say, okay, my girlfriend for this week is this one.
That sounds nice.
And then we date for the week.
Implement that in adulthood.
On Sunday, you have to break up because we're playing the game. Why? Again next week. So now I had a different girlfriend every muscles. And I feel like, men are exposed to, and I like how you were saying it because you're showing us how like everything links to each other. Like how everything in media also links. So now you watch porn, so you know the truth about what happens when you see a shoe and a pants and a dress on the headboard now in the scene. You know that something. You know what I mean? They had sex. And you know now when you're playing or you're on 2BD trying to download music as you're young,
Chiki ad.
1 kilometer away. Russian is so. This Russian can look like this.
Yeah.
It's a Russian, white, blonde, blue-eyed woman. Nipul is looking at you, is pointing at you like a gun. And you're 11 years old, by the way. And you're tempted because they're telling you 1 kilometer away. She wants you. Text her. You know what I mean?
Stop masturbating.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So,
even the ad even says stop masturbating.
Yeah, stop masturbating. Fuck now. Have sex now. Why play with your toy? Yeah. It's tough being a man in South Africa, chief, in the world.
I wonder if women go through the same exposure and the same journey to these things. I don't know, obviously everyone's exposed to these things.
Yes.
So ladies, I'm curious. Disciples that we have there from the podcast, please tell us, how were you exposed to lust for the first time? Because I'm really curious to see if it's linear with us and not with us.
But I want to keep building this backstory because I'm trying to get to a point of where now we're in our 20s. But then we move into our high school, and Thato and I went to all boys schools. So I think we got the worst of it. I think, when I speak to Hunza, I think he got like a very watered down version of what I went through. But then what happens is now I am in high school and I've watched porn. I know, and I can't prove it, but I know all of you've also watched porn. Okay? I'm in high school now. I know all of you have watched what I know. So now I'm going to ask who's seen a vagina live? Because I have. You know what I mean? As a young man. And that's when the competition, the competitive nature of lust comes in.
That's a nice analysis.
I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to build it for you.
Because even debates like... how many holes does a girl have? Then you'd be like, one hole. Then some guys say, no, two goes to the bum. The one goes, no.
Three.
Yeah, my man.
You say, where's the third one? But it's in between. It's the grip where you grip. But you're kids. You're kids.
And now it's a matter of who knows more.
Who knows most. Now, it is now a race.
Yes.
It's like going to the moon.
And how do you educate yourself?
You have to go.
Watch porn.
You have to watch porn. And also now, you want to now increase now. So now you want to try with girls. Try see. So now you go to a house party and you're going from hugging girls, just hug, by the way. Hug felt like a love, by the way. To now, can I kiss you? Then you lams. Then as a man you say, gugu, 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 gugu.
Oh yeah.
Gugu, gugu. Oh, I held her boob. She's not saying anything. Gugu, gugu, gugu. Yatswana. It's the same texture. And you say, oh, okay. Now I can report this back to the bruise. And then they come back and you know what they say to you? After you've achieved such a huge award, basically. They say to you,
have you gotten head before?
No, they say to you, but that one is small. You must try big now. You must try slim waist. You must try slim thick. You must try colored. No, don't do black, do colored. So now what happens is it just keeps increasing. This reach for like lust, like for men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to basically get to because
are you on fire today?
Because the first one is like, can lust take over your life? And I need you to understand this thing is a lifelong. It's like smoking weed since you were 11, basically. It's a lifelong addiction now.
Yeah, and the more you smoke, the more tolerance you have.
Yes, and that is why, guys. I need you guys to understand. That is why, because one of the topics is, do all men cheat? That is why men cheat. Because they are used to this pattern of new girl, new body, finding out what's the lust, investigating what makes me, because we are addicted to the new, the fresh. Otomaka, black people having porn. Then you're like, how do white people have porn? And you my Asian, by you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Is it different? Do they use different rooms? You know?
Curiosity.
But my point is that your curiosity keeps expanding and you're never fulfilled.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, medieval days, or let's say
village days.
Village days.
Our great
Tavo hasn't seen a naked woman until he turns 18 and he marries her. And that's the only time he can strip her to see his first naked body. Do you imagine how excited Thabo is when he sees that body? Our ancestor Thabo.
Yeah.
Whereas Luyanda in South Africa now, 2025, has seen approximately maybe 1,000 naked female bodies of different arrangements, different races.
And if he's masturbating daily for the past 5 years, it could even be 100,000 different.
Then you want to, and then you say, hey, can we be exclusive? When he's had a haram of women on the internet. And it's not halal, that thing. It's not halal, that thing. So that's why I'm trying to be the, what is it called? The devil's advocate.
Right now, you're just the advocate, bro.
Because I'm trying to show you that men behaviors, and men will, and this is the problem why, I can always see it in a married man. You know, when we were speaking to Tabang yesterday, last time, sorry. I can see he's got that muscle, a muscle that of like, I've outgrown that lust. I don't fall victim to that thing. I know how to pick one woman and be, because
he's gymmed it.
Because he's gymmed it. He knows that I don't need to be satisfied by the world anymore. Yeah. I can be content. I can be fulfilled.
Yeah.
And maybe we can speak now about how lust has taken over in our lives, in our 20s, and how we've tried to take hold of it compared to our friends and etc. Yeah, maybe you can start us off.
Yeah, I agree. I want to add on to what you're saying, though, because, like, you've given such a powerful problem. And I wanted to add on, like, we are constantly gymming that muscle of lust. And Tabang, who we had last week, has gymmed that muscle of not being lustful, you get me? And in that, how did he gym it? Before he got married, 20 months without having sex with his wife. Do you get what I'm saying? I think he mentioned that it wasn't 20 months prior to his marriage, they didn't have sex. So now he gyms that need for, having to be pleased by his wife sexually. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a powerful
loyal
thing.
Man. Like, I think my point here is that we need to gym our muscles that are not related to lust but related to love. Yeah. And that's the only way we can go through so many years of being lustful. Because I think even to this day, even as adults, 28, 26, we're still lustful.
I'm struggling, G.
Yeah, we're still lustful beings.
I'm struggling. Let me not.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Lust,
but I think also, like, it's so powerful how you are so self-aware of where lust comes from. Because I would never have deep dived so much and looked at that journey, because that's what exists. And I think it should show us that we shouldn't be lenient with men when it comes to cheating, but when it comes to their lust, we should be more educational. Yes. So we know this audience is 80% female. We keep asking you guys, please educate your counterparts. As the disciples, share the message.
Your little brother. Tell him, Chief, I know what you're doing.
Yeah. And like help them understand the impact. Let's catch these bruises young. Because we're seeing now the problem is curiosity.
Yes.
So if the people are so curious, let's give them access to these things in a healthy manner. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be trying to find how a vagina looks like on porn. I should have a textbook open to a number of different vaginas, and I see how it's like. Curiosity is killed. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I should know the pleasures of sex and the downfalls of sex. Yeah. Curiosity is killed. I should understand that multiple cultures have sex in different ways. There's different positions. Curiosity is killed,
Yeah, instead of where you are Jan van Riebeek and South Africa's there and you just want to conquer. Oh, what, Chief? That's not how it must work. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I like how we're speaking about this and we've built the context now. Yeah. Because now everyone understands now. From that baseline, now you guys will understand what we mean now when we mean we're struggling in our 20s of lust. Yeah. That, this is something that men struggle with for some men for their whole lives. That is why we see men in clubs, guys, who have bellies that could be for two. He looks pregnant. It's because he's still in his lustful era. You know what I mean? And the other day, I was having a very deep, very profound conversation of Percy on the difference between being cuffed and being single, and the negativities of it, and as well as with Khunse, sorry. And we spoke about how it is so hard to be content of one person, especially when you know how much the world has to offer. Yeah. This world is filled with so many colors of women, guys. So many colors of women that you can be with someone and say, this is my type, and go to the mall and go cliques. South Africa has many beautiful women. It's not like other countries where you have to go to the club and you can go bump into someone at cliques. Bump into them, have a small conversation and be like, no, man, this is in fact my type, not the person back at home. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. And what we finally got into is that you just need to decide, are you content?
Yes.
What is fulfilling you? And that was the biggest thing. Fulfillment was where I felt Percy and Khunse didn't really understand that there really is a huge difference between being with someone and not.
I also don't think they have, and when I say they person, I'm also referring to multiple men.
Yes.
Not many men have tasted the power of being in a balanced relationship.
Yes.
So now they always think of the worst relationships and all the downfalls. And I think the main cause of that thing sometimes is men themselves, because they don't know how to submit themselves to a woman and be patient and have healthy conversations and grow through hardship.
Also, when they pick, they don't pick for
Their
longevity
or the character in the heart.
They pick for what?
Their eyes.
Because you pick for lust and you pick for the short period. It's like saying, okay, here's a dog and a horse. They're going to race now. You say, Kwa! Who's going to get there first? And you say the dog's going to get there first. Because you think, okay, it's small, faster, what. And the horse outlasts and even goes further and does many different laps. And that is the problem with men. We go to these clubs. You see a beautiful girl. She lifts her leg. Now you see the thigh meat is shake. I guess streetwise too. Pop. Streetwise too, pop. As she shakes this thing, and it balance me. And you say, wow, I feel like I have a connection with this woman. She's going to understand me. My family's going to love her.
Are you kidding me right now?
Are you joking, buddy?
Are you joking, man?
Like, are you joking, man? And I think that, we are such like men are such, like, we inflict our own pain on ourselves. We complain about women on like internet, we complain about honey, say class of women are trash, what, this, that. But we always forget, like, as much as it sounds very taboo, men have a larger power to win because we get to like have a larger pick. We get to pick. Yeah. Women wait to be picked, guys. Are you guys aware? Women wait to pick. Not every woman is outgoing, hey, DMing men, hey, can go on a date. Some women get to be picked. That's why we hear women say, I haven't been on a date this year, because they haven't been picked. Whereas men, you get to pick. And I really believe that we are so used to picking up the flower that's right in front of us when we can climb a tree and grab a fruit and be filled and be fulfilled.
So then, how do we fix that though? Because we're clearly seeing that we're choosing romantic partners out of lust.
Yeah.
Nah?
Yes.
And that's because the lust muscle has been built so much. How can the average guy out there who wants to choose someone not for lust but for love and for potential in their future, what should they be exercising every single day to enable them to choose Martha, who might not be as visually pleasing to the eye, but might be visually impactful to the heart and longevity and the career and the character?
Ask yourself the simple question: if we weren't having sex, would I like this woman? How many times I've been, hey, at home, and why? Because the bomb, Thato. It's not because of the heart. Even singing. And this person says, hey, you should change your clothes. Hey, you don't look nice. You say, hey, man. Then they bother you. Hey, you annoy you. Can you please do this for me? What? Hey, man. This person's annoying, hey? I'm actually angry. And then they shout at you, where are you? Not at home. Hi, bro.
What's happening?
This person's pulling me down now. And then they give you the palm. You understand?
I hear you.
That is the problem. So sex, it releases hormones, guys. We're all aware of this. We all ignore it. If you don't have sex with your partner and you still like them, pretty good chance you're going to have a good relationship, buddy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think we can even take it like a step back from sex. I think even like what we are consuming visually. I think, some people speak about masturbation in a positive light. Some people speak about masturbation in a negative light.
Yeah.
I think the worst part about masturbation is the act of pornography.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I'm not saying that I'm clean and I don't do those things. And we've done those things before.
Yeah.
But I think if we can also limit pornography, if not put it to zero, that can also reduce the amount of lust that men have in their hearts.
Yeah.
So now when it's time for you to be faithful to someone, you're not used to seeing a different face every other day. You know what I'm saying? So that could be another further step that men can take. Yeah. I also think accessibility to yourself. Like not every beautiful woman that you have access to should you be DMing, speaking to, having around, having conversation. Sometimes it's good for you to have your friends, have your network. If you want to make a joke and you're a funny guy, make the joke to the crowd and then you move on. Yeah. So I think also limiting yourself and seeing the power in that can also really help with the lustful thoughts to enable you to have a loving partner.
Because you're getting into the topic of how to stop being lustful, basically. And I'm hearing it, and I agree. Access to pornography, access to women, whether it be WhatsApp, whoever you know who guys are bad.
Even things like Tinder, guys. Like I'm all about finding love online.
I'm also
and stuff. But Tinder, you're literally swiping. Eyebrows too big. That shouldn't be the focus. Like
it should be
the heart. I think Tinder, for it to be successful, it should be based off of the person's characteristics. Let's remove the physical.
But they do. They say in the bio, I like long walks on the beach.
When do you investigate?
Yeah.
When do you investigate? Date. After you've seen the face and you've seen that the eyebrows are fine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with some. I'm not, guys. Wait. Just like I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with someone being attractive. It's fine for someone, but it's wrong to be lustful.
But that's the main problem. Like, yes, attraction should build, but should attraction not come from? And I'm not saying that I action this out.
Yeah.
But from my leadership in my life, they always say attraction should come from somebody's character, somebody's traits.
No. No, let me explain to you why. Let me say there's two restaurants.
Yeah.
One is being held up by poles. There's a bucket and they're washing the plates and you can see the lady. And the other one, there's a drive-through. And they take your car and there's many...
Valet.
I don't think any human being would eat at the...
But what happens if the staff is amazing, it's a nice community, having the time of your life?
Great for you. Great for you who was brave enough to enter that restaurant. But I think if they can invest like that, imagine what their food's going to look like. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being attractive. I'm just saying don't be lustful.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just don't think the attraction should be the main focus for you to stay. Because I've seen Bruce change their partners because we see the next big thing. Yeah. You can be with the most beautiful, for example, like a lot of guys jump between light skin and dark skin women. Yeah. You can be with the most beautiful light skin woman, having the time of your life. You love how she was. Then from there you're like, I actually would like to be with the dark skin woman because you're not with one.
Yes.
Then you go to dark skin woman, you're like, wow, she's so beautiful. Her skin is different.
But I miss.
Then you start missing. But that light skin babe's skin was also something different. Then you bounce between left, then you bounce to right, and you bounce to left.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be the main criteria because that won't make you.
Oh, stay. I hear what you're saying. So it shouldn't be your main criteria.
So you can decide to enter the place. Sorry, the place with the valet or the place being hauled up with stakes. But once you enter, just make sure what makes you stay is the character of the person. Yes.
Yeah. No, I like what you're saying. You're right.
So you never date an ugly person, like based off your standards?
Would you? I'm so confused. This is a trick question. Would you date an ugly person? Matter what is happening in this country, Chief? Are we not allowed to say we wouldn't date ugly people anymore? Are we not allowed to do that anymore? Okay, I would date an ugly person.
No, like I've been with people because of their character.
Oh, so you don't mind dating ugly people? Yeah, that's fine for you, Chief. You can do what you want. I'm just saying, I like dating what I like.
Like I've been with
why date some guys? I think whenever I speak to people, I just get so amazed in how like we are so scared of just having what we want.
Yeah.
Like what we want to the T, like what we want.
That's what I wanted though. I get what you're saying. I agree with you. We're gonna go on.
Yes, we'll go on and go on.
I agree with you.
On.
Because in that season I was looking for character, but yeah. Anyway.
We'll just finish it off. We're supposed to play top 5.
Yeah, I got something.
Okay, awesome. Then that's it.
Yeah, so I think like top 5 fashion brands that you think that young men should be definitely investing into.
Okay, top 5 fashion brands.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say top 5 techniques to stop lust.
We covered that.
Okay, fashion brands for young men.
Just you, level 18 to 26-year-old.
Shein. A lot of men sleep on Shein. I think that it's a very sexist thing. I think that there's this like ideology behind Shein that is very feminine. It's a very woman brand. Yeah. It's very unrealistic. It's very untrue. Shein has a lot of men clothing. It's a lot of fashionable men clothing as well.
I found
that's my number one.
My fashion journey started from my first Shein cart.
Yes. Remember we were opening up the plastics. You know, it comes with the plastic for the rings and the earrings. Yeah. That's the number one. What's your number one?
I'm gonna put for essentials. This might sound weird, but niggas my age. For essentials, like I think Woolworths is a good place for essentials. To get yourself started, like to get the vest inside. To get
I picture someone like wearing Woolworths. I picture someone saying, "Get off my grass, boy, get off my grass."
Yeah,
that's what I picture.
Yeah, for your essentials, because I feel like there's a lack of essentials in men.
Yeah,
good socks, good underwear, like good vests inside, clean white tee.
But I love
pants.
I want like Woolworths. Eats guys with suits. Woo! If you're looking for a suit like Woolworths, I swear, I think all of my suits are for either Woolworths or, I was gonna say number 2, Markham's. That's gonna be my number 2.
Okay.
Because Markham's, I feel like, is that like, yo?
Is it a long-lasting suit though? Question. I've never worn a suit from Markham's.
I have, yeah. I still have the blazer, low-key, yeah. So,
nice.
But besides suits, I'm saying for fat men, young men.
Number 4, Markham's.
Yeah, I feel like Markham's is like a man's like first like, oh, this is like a little bit more expensive than normal clothing.
Yeah,
like it's like
the MRP to
from like a Mr. Price to Markham's, you're moving up the budget, and so it's like a first. Because the next one, I think I'm going up.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd put Mr. Price at number 4.
Number 4, okay.
I think it's a good place to get a lot of like quantity of things.
I'm removing.
Just don't go buy 3 things and abuse them.
You see, like I'm gonna remove. You're removing all my clothing potential brand deals by this top 5. But my problem with Mr. Price is that I'm removing all my brand deals. But my problem with Mr. Price is that like you can buy a shirt that's fly, but guaranteed 100 men think that shirt is also fly. You're gonna bump into someone with that shirt.
Yeah.
But what I used to love to do is that if I was living in Joburg, I'd buy from Mr. Price Limpopo, and then I'd come back to Joburg because I know that it takes a while for certain fashion to reach other places. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I've got my number 3.
Yeah.
It's you though.
Oh, my number 3. A bit pricey, but I'm gonna go Cotton On.
Yeah, that's a good. I think I'm always wearing Cotton On.
Yeah, I love Cotton On. You know, guys, Cotton On gets a lot of like beef for like its pricing, but let's not all lie, guys. That thing is peak. Like someone puts on something from Cotton On, someone's going. I guarantee you buy something from Cotton On, someone's gonna ask you, where did you buy this?
Yeah, you're gonna get a compliment.
Yes, I've never not bought something from Cotton On and not gotten compliments.
I think Cotton On is penetrating the market or the style that Shein has, because you know Shein has like global styles.
Yes.
Cotton On has that. I put Sports Scene at number 3.
That's a nice one.
Sports Scene is definitely like something that I mess with.
Yeah, I never had like a football jersey date.
That green thing with the color that I wear with this white is from Sports Scene. My black 2-piece from Nike is from Sports Scene.
Have you ever but I'm saying like, have you ever had like a football jersey?
I don't watch football.
Yeah, you see, even me, I watch football, but I've never had like a football jersey. That's why I've never like really shopped at like sports scenes. But I know niggas like love buying football jerseys for like dates and funerals and weddings and and baptisms.
Okay, my number 2 is Cotton On. My number 2 is
Cotton yours, your 2 numbers is Cotton On. My number 2.
And ladies at home, please give your bros this list because they probably also might appreciate it.
I'm very like, this is a very, I hate on it because they're too expensive, but they really put that shit on. I'm gonna say Zara. Zara, yeah, I'm gonna have to add them to the list. Even though like this is the young men who maybe drives a polo. These are for the young men that drive.
You have a salary.
Have a salary now, yeah, because.
And you can buy 1 piece a month or 1 piece every 2 months.
Zara is super expensive, but I promise you that thing's gonna last your whole life. You might even be able to give that thing to your child. Like their clothing is like quality-wise is insane. Like it's insane. Like I have had like a formal Zara shirt. It still looks like the day.
The black one.
Yeah, it still looks like the day
I have it.
Bought it
at my place.
Yeah.
My number 1 is Zara.
Your number 1 is Zara.
Yeah. Like Zara, like if you want to invest into clothing, invest in yourself. Zara is something that has
Yeah, my number 1, if I had to pick one on my ranking, I'd say Shein is my number 1. But
you know what you should try?
What?
If you mess with Zara about their pricing, apparently Fashion Nova is dope.
You see, Fashion Nova, I can't
apparently
pricing. I don't know why.
Apparently similar pricing to Zara. I think it might be a little bit less.
I don't know.
And I saw there was like an 80% off or 60% off.
I think it's because I've seen Quince wearing Fashion Nova, and every time I saw
one time.
No, he has like 3 pieces. He has tracksuits.
Oh yeah, I'm saying that one time, like
yes, back then, and I was just like, I don't really like it, but I'll check it out.
Didn't he buy you a baseball jacket from there?
No. He bought me a baseball jacket from like a company that makes baseball jackets.
Oh, yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah. I don't have a number 1. That was my list. That's my top 4.
All right, cool. Nah, shout out to you guys for watching Seated, guys. That was fun. Please don't forget 17th of July live show. I think by the time we post this, the link to buy the ticket should be in the description. Seating is
your
limited.
older sibling's closet. I got it. That's my number one. Like, yo.
I think also it helps.
Yo, that's a peak one. Like, my sister be putting on, like, our video caller shoot has all my graphic tees that I had, like, 4 years ago. I be wearing Tato's clothes sometimes. Don't get it twisted.
I think what helps you is, like, the fact that I'm much bigger than you.
Yeah, so it always looks like
a stylish.
Yeah, like a...
Like I said, guys, the live show is on the 17th of July. The tickets should be out. We'd really appreciate it if you guys could come. If you're not based in Johannesburg or you're not near Rosebank, please buy someone that you know a ticket that is close to there. We'd love to meet all of you guys. We're going to make the effort to literally greet everybody. We're going to be on stage. It's going to be really dope. Please pull up between 6 and 7 because that's the time for networking. We've got a lot of things happening for you guys. We've got some things that we'll be giving to them as well.
Yeah.
We've been to some brands, so it's going to be really cool. Seated, Asmajita, Thato, 2 new shows. It's going to be amazing. Don't miss out. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. And if you're single and you have no interest in Seated whatsoever, Khunze and Pez will be there. Just in case. Just in case we really need to pull numbers for the show.
How would they be at the end of the episode? How would they be at the end of the episode?
Who knows? Maybe they're sitting in their back. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.